Hello everyone, this is Vivi Cameron here and I got the chance to try Arteza alcohol markers or Everblend markers. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my very first coloring experience and some of my thoughts about the markers and the process. So for today, I'm going to be using Espressit. This is ultra smooth blending card, 250 grams, and it's special to use with alcohol markers. I also print this beautiful illustration by Gluiky Art. The links to her creative market are in the video description in case you want to explore her work. It's just beautiful. And I also make color swatches. So I was looking here what kind of colors I could use for this illustration. So I just grabbed a couple of browns, red, yellow, and peach. I started by adding peach all over the face of the deer. I noticed that the ink of the printed image started bleeding with the markers, so I was being extra careful here and there. Then I decided to start building up the color. I usually start laying down a dark shade of the color, then a medium, and then a light color, and then I blend all together and that's it. You will see that when I color the flowers. But coloring the face of this deer, because it's such a large image, it was a little bit challenging regarding the color application. So I was laying down colors, and because I know that this is a semi-transparent medium, any layer of color I add on the paper will affect the next layer. And also the strokes I'm creating on the paper will stay there like stains. And it will be very hard to blend those strokes or to even the color. Then I realized that I was being impatient and I was layering and layering color and I wasn't allowing the ink to dry. When the ink dries, it looks totally different. So I will advise to allow the ink to dry a little bit, go and drink a coffee and come back. But I'm impatient. I just wanted to get it done. I just wanted to see how this was going to look. And I noticed that, of course, blending in small areas, it was a lot easier than in the whole huge face. Then I keep going and I really enjoy adding colors to the flowers. I'm a stamper, card maker, so I'm used to add colors to tiny mini images. And this was serious, crazy coloring. I spent maybe 1 hour and a half doing this, and to be honest, I could repeat it in a totally different way. Also because I already tasted the markers. So practicing is really important. Tasting color combinations and strokes and the different looks and feels you can create with the markers. And after these experiments and pushing really hard to taste the markers, I will say that I could not do any better with any other alcohol markers I might have, just because I'm not a great colorist or anything like that. I also have copies and I love them as I love every single supply I have. I just think that they are different. Of course, the copy has a brush tip and the Arteza markers has a fine tip, so that makes the color application a little bit different, but the blendability of the Arteza markers is great. Here, when I was coloring the flowers, I simply add a dark shade of color, a medium, and then a light shade of color, and I blend that all together, and it was super duper easy to do. So the more I use the pens or the markers, the most I understand them and the most I know how they behave. So at this stage, I already knew that I have to allow the ink to dry, and if I need to do another little bit of blending, I can do that after when everything is dry. I bought this Espressit cardstock, but I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it. I would prefer Strathmore Bristol smooth paper, but anyway, these markers perform nicely in different cardstock. I have already tried it and I'm going to be sharing that in my blog. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how the pens perform on the Arteza beautiful coloring books. They have 4 books at the moment, and I'm just going to share about it as well. You can see there on the screen the page I'm going to be coloring, and although I don't do coloring books, during the isolation my children and I were kind of needing something like that, and something more relaxed, something just for ourselves. And then I tried to place an order for the books on the Arteza shops, and they were so loud. I have to wait 3 weeks for them to arrive, so we finally got them. There are different illustrations and they are super cool. With just one book you have to color the whole year, I think. So I will show you that as well. So I invite you to watch my next video. Another thing about these pens I would like to say is that they don't have the references as the Copics. So in the Copics, you know that they have a reference that allow you to identify shades from the same family that you can blend together to achieve the perfect blending. But with these ones here, you might need to be a little bit more intuitive, or at least that's what I think, because when I was trying to find colors to blend and I was analyzing the references, that I'm terrible at that, I just could not get it. So I tried to do some research about the referencing on this, and I could not find absolutely anything about it. So I just assume, I'm just telling myself that what you need to do is just to grab colors that looks alike to blend them together. You don't need the references or things like that to be able to do this. Go with the flow and just get creative. And to be honest, I have never ever learned the reference of any products I use, including Copic markers. I just identify the colors just by looking at the color on the marker's lid or the barrel. So that's me. I have 2 ways to work with alcohol markers, and one is working from dark to light when I want to achieve the gradation of color, just as I did to add colors to the flowers in this illustration. And another thing I do is to building up color, and to do that I just add light shade of colors and I overlap another light shade of color over, so that the colors blends together in those areas where the colors overlaps. That's it. So I also have the very bad idea to add color to the background of this image, and I started by using a light green, and then I decided to make it worse and I added black. And because my background was looking super patchy, I remember a tip by Kathy from the Daily Marker, and this is to use a little piece of towel and apply alcohol blending solution to then dab this onto an area where the color is uneven. And when you do this, the pattern of the fibers of the towel creates a texture on that paper or in that area, and then it creates a super cool kind of texture that you can use on your favor on those areas that the blending is not as great. Anyways, you can also camouflage this by adding some stars, little dots here and there. You can also use the white markers to add highlights here and there. I also like to add accents with the glitter markers, as I'm doing there. I also use color pencils to add details, and I also use the markers to apply little dots over the images to create textures and interest to those images. So those are things that you can also do with these markers. My first impression with the Arteza Everblend markers are all positive, in spite that they have a fine tip, and I would rather prefer a brush tip. The colors are vibrant, the colors blend nicely, and when you are layering colors, the layer of color that is underneath will pop up when the ink dry, and it will blend nicely all together. I just really like that. And well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, or visit my blog for more ideas and inspiration. Remember that I have another video after this one, and I also have an Artisa discount code in the video description. When you buy through the links in the video description or in my blog, craft supplies from different shops, I get a small commission and no extra cost to you. So thank you very much for your support, and thank you very much for watching. Happy crafting! Bye!